saying? And it's like, and like whether it's big, like, you know, your definition of success and big is yours. It doesn't have to look exactly like his, right?
Exactly.
But it's like that level of like, I make plenty, like I'm more than like able to be abundant with all of my needs and then some, so I can give back.
Yeah.
And I just fucking live my life.
Because you asked me earlier when we first met, where you just said like, what's your big plan for this?
Right.
And that's exactly it. It's just kind of make it like, obviously, as I want to influence as many people as I can. And also like I live abundantly when I don't have to ever think about worry about bills. Like that's like at least
that's
like
what we all want, man.
that's like
Anybody
as
has
much
the
as
code.
as much as I don't want to think about it, I still worry about it.
Right.
And like I know the key is to like not, but then it's just like it's hard to just like let go of that wheel sometimes.
Well, I don't think it's just like abandoning ship and just being like, "Boop," like I'm just gonna like not be irresponsible. Like, and I think, you know, money, as we talked about this yesterday,
I know, like the money poem.
The money poem.
What is the money poem?
It's an amazing poem. I'll have to read it to you.
Maybe we can end it with reading the money
let's.
Oh my God.
Remember that. So we can read it.
Yes, on my phone.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I feel like every single, once again, like my teacher, my mentor shared this with us, and it fucking changed my life. Like I was like, and because then you realize that your intimacy, your sex life, and your just relationships in general, whether it's platonic or romantic, and your money and your dreams, all fucking interlinked together, because it's just like it's an energy. It's like more of an exchange, or like the money itself is an exchange of it. And we attach in it. What sucks is like it's so frustrating, right? Because we like, I think the big dreamers also want to live in this world where it's like I want to make enough money to like be comfortable and amazing, and I don't want to be ashamed of making a great amount of money to do that. And also like I wish it wasn't a fucking thing sometimes. I'm like, I just,
you know what
thing.
What just came to me right now too is because when you said ashamed, like, even me saying like, oh, my goal is to like influence people and also make a shit ton of money. Like part of me was like,
you feel it in your gut.
Like,
you're like, oh shit.
Like part of me, there was a little part of me that didn't want to say I want to make a shit ton of money.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, part of it is like the limiting beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Is because I guess cause sometimes like, I guess growing up, I was taught that like, oh, having a lot of money, that means you're being greedy.
Right.
So that's why part of me was like, oh, don't say that.
Right.
Like, but then I was just like, I want a fucking ton of money, you know? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, it's... Like, I don't think it's greed. Like, I don't think it's shameful. Like, I shouldn't be ashamed of wanting to be abundant, you know?
Right.
It's not like I'm taking the money from the, you know what I mean? Like, there's like good way of making money, and then there's like a shady way of making money.
Right. Well, there's an unethical way.
Exactly.
And like, I think, again, coming back to like money is just currency, no matter the fucking amount. Like, to your point, is the currency one of a high vibration, or is it one of a low vibration? It could be, you could make a shit ton of money and have it be low vibrational money, right? And like the money probably like taints your fucking soul in some way that like perpetuates the greed. Where I feel like the more like abundant space of like there's more than enough to go around, right? Like there's more than enough money to go around, and we just need to learn how to like share it in like reciprocal natures, and in a more synergistic way. We've put this hierarchy on money, and like that's going to be the fucking pitfall of everything. But with that to be said, like, again, to your point of like feeling that shame, I totally feel that with you. I feel it in my fucking gut. I've been working on this for 4 years. And like, to be honest, the only reason I am where I'm at today with my business is because I have been dedicated to working on my relationship with money, because it also like is focusing like it's putting a focus on my relationship, even my intimate one with Ben, right? And like my friendships and everything. And one of the exercises we did with money and this yoga training I did with Amber. I'm like plugging her a lot. And, hey, Amber.
We're going to have to get Amber in the...
like one of my photos.
She's fucking amazing.
We're probably going to have to get Amber on the podcast.
Do it. She just wrote a book called Tiny Rituals. I am so
really?
good. Sponsor.
Wow.
But like
she just wrote a book?
Yeah,
like
it's a poetry book. It's out. She's amazing, like an amazing human. And
let's have Amber on the podcast.
I will
talk about her book.
I'll hook it up. She's I have so much to really learn alongside of her. Like I could go on and on. But one of the things we did in this training that was also kind of along the same lines of the money poem and everything like that is we sat across, it was just you and another person, and you sat across from them, and you had to pretend that the other person was money, and that person had to literally embody money. They're like, okay, if I was a person, my name was money, and this person is talking to me, how am I going to react? How am I going to feel? What am I going to say back to them? And so like you had to sit and just spew at money for 4 minutes how you felt about money. Like what's your relationship with money? And then they have to respond back to you and like say, well, this is how you made me feel. And like as an actual person to person relationship, not a person to just like this paper or number in your fucking bank account, right? And so for me, it was like I'm sitting and I'm fucking talking to my friend Caitlin, I'm doing the practice with. And I go, money, I don't fucking trust you. I don't feel like you're good. Like, I'm so scared that you're not going to fucking be there. You always show up. I feel like I'm constantly have to fucking work my ass off for you. Like, I'm constantly having to like vie myself. And I feel like I'm putting myself out there for you, but you don't want me in return. Like, I feel like I'm not good enough for you. Like, I'm just listing on and on and on. And then all of a sudden it just went boom. And I was like, holy shit, this is like when I'm in my emotional spews with Ben, because like we all get into them with our relationships. Like this is the exact same conversation I have. And it snapped in me that I'm like, holy shit, this is all interlinked. And it all comes back down to like imbalances within, like, I know exactly which energy chakras or which chakra systems are like imbalanced, right? It's like my whole lower fucking system is just there's a lot. I'm processing a lot of trauma there, so it's like this is all kind of come up, and I'm in the process of kind of like healing that, like just trying to say like, you know what, like it's okay for me to have a strong foundation, a strong system, plenty of abundance, plenty of wealth, right?
Yeah, because like sometimes like
it's safe.
What I've noticed too when you become like, I guess, spiritually aware. Yeah. People like to live on the higher chakras, right? And like, oh, I just want to live out in like space land and like.
I did that.
Same too.
I've lived most of my life.
Like, because like when I had that transition, I was like, oh man, like I should just like. Love and light, and just like I don't need money. Yeah, like I don't need money. Like it's just like everything's just gonna flow the way it's gonna flow, and like part of it is true, but then also like sometimes when you live in that, you're just kind of like on your head, like you don't have the foundation of like if you're struggling to pay the bills, like how are you gonna like not worry? You know what I mean? Like it's so. Yeah, it's so hard to just like not think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
When every month we're like, oh shit, like I gotta pay the rent, I gotta pay this, pay that, and it's just like, that's why it's like for me, because like when I had my first like mushroom trip, like I thought I was just gonna be like a hippie and just fucking like fuck everything else and like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it came down, I'm just like, like how do I integrate this into like how I'm living? Right. And now I'm like 4 years later, because I think I was just very like focusing on the spiritual side of things, which is great. Right. It helped me a lot, but then now I'm like back to like, all right, let's fix the foundation and just like really live that like abundant life.